Hey everybody, you know what time it is. It's Rumble Pak Podcast time.
Oh yeah, baby.
I'm Brock,
I'm Blake.
And I'm Devin.
and we've got more stuff to talk about than we had last time, so this is going to be 3, 4, maybe 5 hours. And
That's
I
fine.
know you're ready
Let's do
for
6.
every bit of it.
Let's do 24 hours. Let's go.
24-hour live stream.
What's our charity? Oh, Nintendo. The Nintendo charity.
Of course.
I mean, we've given enough money to them throughout the years anyway, so
Are
might
you
as well.
kidding me? Are you saying we should cap our contributions?
No, I'm
to-
saying let's give more. Let's
Okay.
give a million more.
Okay.
Think of all the children they make happy. They are the best.
Think of all
charity.
the adults. that
Honestly,
make
my
happy.
childhood fueled by Nintendo.
Anyway, what happened was 3 days ago, an E3 happened, and while it wasn't a normal E3, Nintendo did their normal thing and put out a direct.
Mhm.
And it was 40 minutes of pretty good stuff.
Pure bliss.
Non-stop. That's what I was gonna say.
Those exact words.
I was gonna say bliss.
Pure bliss.
I thought it was Ultra Bliss, but we can go.
Yeah.
Mine was plus ultra bliss, so.
Okay.
Okay, nerd. So yeah, we're just gonna run down through every single thing because
At the Nintendo.
at the Nintendo.
At the
Direct-
Nintendo Direct.
Well, I mean, frankly, we don't know anything about the
That's
rest.
true. Yeah.
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 We're not real gamers, but we are Nintendo gamers. So let's just
Jump
head
right
straight
in.
into it. And what's most important? The first thing they showed. Really, this is all we have to talk about because it is Smash Challenger number 10. I think.
Something.
It's the second to last Smash Challenger, and it is Kazuya.
From Tekken.
Yep.
Right?
Right?
Yes,
Maybe?
right.
I think.
Okay, great. I didn't play Tekken, so Blake and I saw this person. We were like, "Who is that?"
I honestly was like, I didn't know, to be honest. I was like, leaning Tekken, I was like, I kind of remember this from playing Tekken at Brock's house probably when I was a child, but not really.
And then we shortly got a text after from you. It was like A+ for Kazuya in Smash, and we're like, "Who is this?"
Good, then you're the best person to ask about this. So I'm not like a huge Tekken fan, but I've played the games, and
Sure.
you know, I recognize how it's one of the top fighting games that anyone plays. And to me, like, just on that fact alone, having a representative from Tekken and Smash is cool. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't actually, I guess I would have preferred Yoshimitsu for personal reasons, because he looks a little bit more distinctive.
Sure.
But
He's
just having...
he's also harder though to pinpoint like an appearance, I feel like, because every game now he changes.
Right, yeah, definitely. So, with that in mind, like, Kazuya, I mean, he's a strong anime guy with
Sure.
some scars. Like, he's not that distinctive.
True.
Does that take away for someone like you who doesn't know him from
I
Tekken? Does that
mean,
take away from it, or you still
Kind
recognize-
of, because like, to me it's like, oh, just like another fighting game character. Like, for some reason it's not as interesting to me as someone else could be, I guess. Because to me it's like, see, I'm so bad I can't even remember the other fighting game character that is in it. Ryu or someone.
Ryu, yeah.
It's like kind of the same like archetype. It's like, oh, this bad boy guy, and he's shirtless, and he's a
Oh, yeah,
martial arts
that's
fighter.
What the ladies want. Oh, yeah.
Oh, this was a
That's
ladies'
what
pick.
it's
This is what that's what
After
Nintendo
putting
was
Pyra
thinking.
and Mithra in, like, maybe
They're like,
that is
They
yeah,
what
had
this
to put
is.
in
Like,
the
all
sexy
right.
shirtless guy.
Like, to me, it was just like, oh, it's kind of like the same character, but from a different franchise.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, it's cool that Smash is like bringing the history of like fighting games together in that way. But just personally, I think someone else would have been cooler, in my opinion. Like, when I think of like video game characters throughout the ages, and like that's kind of what Smash is trying to bring together, like all these different characters from different games that aren't necessarily fighting games. It's like, seems kind of like a cop out, kind of just to be like, oh, let's pluck one from a fighting game.
So you're saying I for Smash?
For sure. For sure.
I guess there's a reason for it now. But I think you said it yourself. Like, previously Smash was just bring the iconic characters
Yeah.
all together to fight.
Yeah.
But it's obvious, I presume this is Sakurai who's heading this, but they
Yeah.
specifically are targeting other fighting franchises now.
And that makes, yeah, it's like, I wonder if that's like strategic, like, let's try to pull fan base from these other games, like, towards Smash.
I think it makes a lot of sense that it would be.
Yeah.
But also, like, I get that he, on looks, does not look very unique, I guess. But they've still done such a good job
I'm just looking at the notes, sorry.
of implementing all the DLC characters, like, in a way that merges the original game and Smash. But I presume they'll do that with Kazuya.
Yeah.
And therefore he'll be distinct enough, and that's all I really care about for a character, for it to have some distinct control movement or
Yeah.
something.
I mean, they have been adding that with all the new characters, so I'm sure it'll be... I mean, with all the other fighting game characters that they've added, their movesets have been not, like, super complex, but more complex, I feel like, than the other characters that they add.
Yeah, there are little bonuses you can get if you do the right
Yeah, like, there's
inputs.
actually, like, kind of, like, call-outs to, like, their actual games, like, button inputs, basically,
Yep.
to a certain extent.
Yep, and we'll find that out on June 28th, in about a week and a half or so.
That's
when
right.
Sakurai does one of his patented Sakurai versus Sakurai matches.
I did see that he had 3 Pro controllers on his desk. I was like, oh my gosh, he's bringing out the foot.
I mean, he has to
It's
be practicing
possible.
something. If he's giving carpal tunnel, then he can start using his feet instead.
That's
And
true.
that's how he gets Smash Ultimate 2, with all of the characters, plus I.
There you go. Plus II, added bonus. That's like in the title. Plus II.
Now with II, yeah. So yeah, I think that's all we have to say on Kazuya until
Yep.
we get more information. But
Very
as
soon.
we said, I was pretty happy about this, and I know a lot of people, other people are too.
Well, I guess one question I do have is he like a major? Is he like the main Tekken character? Like, what is his significance to Tekken? Is he just popular, or do you know?
Yeah, he's been in, I think, since the
Since the
beginning.
original.
And him and his dad, who's I'm forgetting right now, are the 2 characters that you'd recognize.
The
from
old
Tekken.
guy with
old
the
guy,
white
yeah,
hair.
Yeah, exactly. That's his dad.
They did show him in the trailer. I did remember him.
Yeah, he has a cameo in the stage, which will be another cool thing.
That's right.
They can put a bunch of those little cameos in the back. So.
His reveal was interesting. He was like throwing all the characters off into like a volcano, basically.
Right, that's
I was
like
like, I don't
his
even
thing.
know what this reference is, but it's kind of odd.
And then they had the Kirby joke at the end, which, yeah.
Yeah, I was like telling Devin, I was like, but isn't Kirby just gonna like float up? And then he did. I was like, it's stupid.
Kirby can never die in Smash Ultimate.
That's
No.
right.
Not with Sakurai at the helm.
There won't be a time without it. Don't make me imagine it. A new director comes in and the first thing they do is kill off Kirby. Kirby's
Yeah.
not even in the game
Kirby,
anymore.
everyone but Kirby.
I literally hate Kirby.
Like a slap in the face.
It's Sakurai's child. They just delete Kirby from the game. You know?
Delete from files.
Okay, Kazuya and Smash. That's something. And cool for many people. So congrats, Kazuya fans.
Yeah, we'll have to see what the next character is. I'm still curious on who they're gonna pick as the last one.
And don't get ahead of ourselves. Still need him released.
That's true.
So next they talked about some games that, I don't know,
It
probably
was-
weren't on many people's radars, but I have heard this next one is good. Life is Strange True Colors is being released September 10th.
And I think that's a sequel to the first one.
Well, I think it's a package. I think it's
Oh,
Life
it's
is
like it's a
Strange,
2-pack?
and then the second one or whatever.
Sure.
And I don't know much about it, but from what I've seen, it looks like it follows the main character through their life doing things, and you kind of figure out their backstory and
I've heard the storytelling is really good in these
Yeah,
games.
that's
So.
what I hear.
Yeah, it also has a really relaxing art style.
That's great.
Sure. That's always good.
Always here for that. So like I said, that's coming out September 10th. I might pick it up.
Sure.
Might
Please
be
do.
crazy.
Show me.
Pick it up.
Show me all the things.
Next, Guardians of the Galaxy Cloud Edition.
Cloud Edition.
Cloud Edition.
Don't really
Gotta love the Cloud
care.
Edition.
The asterisk down the bottom that nobody realized
Yeah.
until afterwards.
Asterisk Cloud Edition will be really crappy running on your this Nintendo Switch.
So if you like Guardians of the Galaxy, maybe you'll like this game.
Hey, it looks better than that other Marvel game that they showed off like 2 directs ago.
Well, it must be, because I don't
Like a
remember
GameCube
it.
game.
Yeah. That's like the thing that surprised me sometimes, like when they put out these games in directs and it's like, this literally looks like a GameCube game. This game looks like it would have come out like, I don't even know, 20 years ago.
I mean, but you could argue that like Undertale looks like an SNES game.
But
or-
you can tell when a game's going for something that's not
Yes.
exactly modern, or when a
It's
game...
like different, but yeah, it's like different when it's like an indie developer versus like a big
Yes.
studio pushing out a game like that.
I will.
I mean, I have
say-
no idea who's pushing out these games, but like there's
Yeah.
probably some big money thrown towards it. It's not a small team of people.
But anyway, Guardians of the Galaxy doesn't look that bad graphically, so maybe you should pick it up. I don't know. Cloud Edition. Releasing sometime.
Cloud Edition, maybe a reason why you shouldn't pick it up.
So next up we got Worms Rumble.
Oh yeah.
Pass.
I've played the Worms games. They're actually really fun.
I know, right? So I haven't bought a Worms game since I played it at like a
I didn't know
friend's
this was
house
a
in elementary
franchise.
school.
Yeah.
But I've always thought, you know what? That was really fun. I have positive memories. And yet I haven't gotten another one. So now I'm kind of curious. Like,
Well, that's the thing about this new one is because I remember the combat from the old ones was like turn-based kind of. Like you line up your shot and then you shoot your weapon and then usually what happens is the world kind of gets destroyed.
Right.
So there's a chance like eventually you run out of room and basically like the ground below the land is water. If you fall into the water, you instantly die. But it seemed like in this new game, I could be misinterpreting this, but I believe it said that it was not turn-based,
Oh,
which would be kind of insane.
I'm not sure how that would stay fair.
Yeah.
But
It didn't look turn-based based on what they
There's a
were
lot of
showing.
movement happening on the screen at the same time, so I was
Yeah.
like, this could be like very chaotic. I mean, it could be fun still,
yeah,
but
but the chaos definitely could be part of it.
yeah.
I hope it's one of those games that's released for only $40 and then goes on sale for 20 or below.
It seems like it
It
would be a
definitely
game that would
will
be
be.
cheaper.
Because
It does seem like a good party game, though.
that's exactly what I was thinking. It
Yeah.
might be some sleeper pickup
Mhm.
sometime this year.
So that's Worms Rumble. If you want to be a worm and you want to fight people.
I'm gonna rumble, boys.
Oh, it's more than fighting. It's
If you want to
obliterating.
rumble with people, like. you're
Well,
Rumble
you
Pak
know.
Podcast.
You
You
know.
know how we like rumbling.
You know how we do.
Guys and gals.
Thank you for being very inclusive.
Yeah, no problem. Worms Rumble. Pick it up. The Dear Villagers studio is releasing an anime game according to the notes.
I don't even know what this is saying.
Astria Ascending. I had to look it up.
We got some anime game coming out.
It's like a hand painted side scroller with
Wait, go back to that.
with anime style.
This is quality entertainment right here.
Looks like that.
Oh,
So this, yeah.
I don't know.
I don't really know what it's about.
The
but
one thing we all forgot from the direct, they're
Yeah.
like
Yep.
these two games.
if you like anime, pick it up.
I don't think we need to pitch all these games.
Why not? We love Nintendo. We want to direct, and we love indie game studios.
We love everything.
We love. That's not true. I don't love that.
Next up,
But
2
anyway,
Point Campus.
You're gonna run a school.
This game looked really dumb to me, to be honest. It was like
I'm
it
not
was
gonna
like
lie. I would play it. but I probably won't go out of my way to pick it up.
It was like, here's this university, like, you can design the campus. That's
I
it.
just love sandboxy games. So
That's a thing, but there are sandbox games that are another level, like
Yeah.
The
Giants,
Sims.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then there are the plethora of crappy ones that have come
Yes.
out in the
Yeah.
last 10
This one was
years.
just like,
That's the thing.
this one was like, oh, it's like sandbox in the way that like you can place some benches around campus. You can place some shrubs. I'm like, cool. Like,
It's
who's this game for?
low tier, like Zoo Tycoon type stuff.
Low tier, yeah.
Yeah.
It
Sure.
reminded me of Roller Coaster Tycoon
Yep.
3, which is
The worst of the worst.
No, there's way worse than 3. There's a new one called
Is it the
World.
start of the worst?
It's the start of the worst.
It's the start of the
yes.
bad formula. It's the start of the Mario Party 5s.
So
Sure.
yeah, if you want to run a school, check it out.
All right, let's get to the good stuff here.
All right, I'll give this.
My
one to
mouth
you
is
guys.
watering.
Ugh, God, I for Smash.
Exactly.
Was that the next announcement?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Breaking-
is coming
breaking
to
news.
Smash. You've heard it here first, folks. Super Monkey Ball Banana Mania. I only played Super Monkey Ball as a kid in the form of a widget on my eMac. So I really don't know much about this.
That's a deep cut.
No, we have to dive into this.
Yeah, that's a
first.
true fan.
A widget on your
Yeah.
I remember what widgets were then,
Yeah.
but I don't know how you can play.
It was a suit you like rolled it like bowling.
Like on your trackpad?
I think so.
Because
Let me
Max
see if I
used to
can
come with a default game called Marvel Roll, I
Nope.
believe.
It was Super
And
Monkey
it was
Ball.
kind of like Monkey Ball.
Maybe they reskinned it.
Emacs Super Monkey Ball widget. All right, you guys talk about the new release.
You
I'll
better
try
be
and
right
find
about
out.
this. I'm going to be disappointed.
I'm just picturing like a weather widget on like Windows. It's like pops up like 84 degrees sunny. How do you have monkey ball in that?
I promise you, it was a thing.
Anyway, while we're going down...
Back to the actual game that got released.
Wait, it's released?
Well,
Why are you
you
giving
know,
me all these
announced,
false-
announced.
No. So, Banana Mania, despite having a new name, is really just Super Monkey Balls 1, 2, and Deluxe, all completely remastered and smashed into one game. They said over 300 levels. It has all 12 mini games from Super Monkey Ball 2. It sounds
Oh,
like
I didn't know that.
they tried to retune those, at least, and make them all somehow better than they were, which in my mind they were all awesome anyway. And yeah, that's about it. It's a remaster of the good Monkey Balls. So
Yeah. I think it'll be cool. When they were showing the trailer, it was crazy because we've been playing Monkey Ball recently, and I was noticing stages that we had played like just recently, and I was
Yeah.
like, "Whoa, these are like the same, but they look a lot better."
right, that's the one thing that's yet to be seen. Like, since it is completely remade from the ground up, I
Mhm.
like so much of Monkey Ball 1 and 2, especially the expert stages, are getting a janky bounce here
Yeah.
and there,
Yeah.
like to the goal.
You think it's so lucky sometimes.
Right. So I wonder how much of that is they're keeping in the game. Or
Yeah.
if they're going to slightly modify things so
Yeah.
it's less janky. I personally think the jankiness is kind of part of the fun. So,
Yeah, I mean, like sometimes getting like those random bounces into just they create like such wild like moments that it's just like fun.
Right. So I'm hoping everything stays the same amount of frustrating and wonderful as it was. But either way, just getting a new opportunity to play Monkey Ball and all of the mini games is wondrously great in my mind.
I think it'll be awesome.
I'm hoping it brings back couch wordplay or whatever the word is.
Multiplayer?
Yeah, since that's how you play Monkey Ball.
Oh yeah. I bet it will with like the mini games and stuff.
Right,
I feel like
but
it has
I hope
to.
it like becomes a thing. Like
Oh,
it
like
gets,
this is a renaissance
Yeah,
of.
exactly.
We need people playing together.
Right, because it does not have online, so
More games have been doing that, so it's hard to say.
definitely better than it was.
Yeah,
But yeah, this was kind of unexpected. I feel like for a lot of people because
it came out of nowhere.
And as I've proclaimed, I'm a huge Monkey Ball fan, so this will be a pickup.
there was that guy that talked to the announcer, and
Yeah.
he like kind of knew something was in the works. So
Yeah, check out Nick Robinson on YouTube. I think.
I can't remember his name.
Yeah, he did all of the groundwork that made this happen, and probably.
I know we're doing Super Monkey Ball stuff probably in a later episode soon, so we can dive into it.
That we can.
You find any widget stuff?
I'm getting close.
You're
Getting close. What does that mean?
I swear.
There's a loading bar on my screen. It's 90%. I'm almost there.
Someone mentioned it on like a blog, but it was really hard to.
Did they say Monkey Ball?
Yes, and it was a dashboard widget.
Okay, fine. I believe you. If you found
Bookmark
one
it, and
person-
then Super Monkey Ball episode coming soon. We'll definitely mention it. We'll go and do a deep dive on it.
Okay.
What do we got next? What was after Monkey Ball?
Well, starting like right here, things really picked up, and so
Like, in what way?
as in the rest of the games are good,
Okay.
except one.
Okay.
Because next is Super Mario Party Superstars, which
That's the thing.
we'll throw this out here right now. Yes, it probably should have been DLC for Super Mario Party, but it's not. It's a new game, so
Yeah.
I'll be forking over $60 because I'm
Same.
an idiot.
Same.
But I will be forking over $60 happily because they're taking 5 boards from the original N64.
Yep.
I was about to say Monkey Ball, Mario Party
Mario
games,
Party.
and 100 more mini games from just across the series, and smashing them into a new Mario Party game.
Which games did they actually come from? Do you know? Is it just like 1, 2, 3, or is it like extend to like all the way up to like 7 or 8 or whatever we're at now?
Like they said, the boards are all N64 boards.
Okay.
The mini games themselves, we know of 60 of them so far, based on clues in the treehouse.
Yeah.
And they have gone all the way up to Mario Party 10.
Oh wow.
So they are
Okay.
pulling from all of the games, presumably.
Because my first impression was it was just going to be from wherever the boards originated or
No.
something.
The
So-
mini games are from across the
Okay.
spectrum, and it's not limited per board, like whatever.
Well,
And-
hopefully, I mean that's promising to me because it's like let's just take the best of the best mini games, put them all into one game.
Right. And so far in the analysis people have done,
Mhm.
it's about half the games have come from Mario Party 1, 2, and 3, and then it's just a smattering for the rest. But
Okay.
since we still don't know 40% of the games, we don't know if that's going to even out.
Because there's 100 mini games total.
Right.
Okay.
What I do know as a Mario Party 1, 2, and 4.
Are you an insider?
Yeah. Is that they picked literally all of the best games
Yeah.
from 2 and 4 already.
When they showed the trailer, I was noticing some of the games they picked, and I was like, these are the best.
Yes.
Like the platform peril.
Yeah.
The best. The battle mini game where you're blowing up the Bowser balloon thing.
You're following me exactly. Yes.
Yep.
They man, I can't remember the names of these crazy cutters. You're on a thing and you have to cut around
Oh,
Bowser face.
Sure. Yeah.
Book Squirm from Mario Party 4.
That
When
one's
the
good.
pages go
Yep.
down.
Yep.
The very janky, but I love it, bobsled game from Mario Party 2. It's a bobsled race. You mash a bunch of buttons. Anyway, the selections so far have looked really good, and honestly, the fact that they're going to put in mini games from later games
Yeah.
means that there will be new ones to me, and
Same.
that's a positive.
Yeah, because I probably stopped playing them for a while. Like, I played like 5 or 6, and then took a break basically until this newest one.
Yeah, that's about where I'm at. And so, and the problem that's plagued Mario Party for the last, 7 years hasn't been the mini games, as far as I know. It's
Same.
been the core setup of Mario Party.
Yeah.
Like even Super Mario Party, I think we both agree has some of the best mini games. They're really
They're
fun to
really
play.
good. Yeah.
It's just the actual Mario Party game
It's the
itself.
it's the gameplay on the board that hasn't been there for me. It's
Yeah.
like when they moved away from like basically the simple formula of roll a dice block, go that many things. We have all these spaces that are very core to the game, and buy a star for like 20 coins. Like once they started moving away from that, I was like,
Right.
I don't know if I like these experiments really that much.
And I guess I didn't say this earlier, but it has been confirmed that everything's just back to how you remember it in these boards. So
That's
it's
awesome.
20 coin stars, 3 coins after landing on a space, 10 coins for winning a mini game.
Okay.
Like,
Well, that's good.
yeah.
Because, I mean, Super Mario Party, that's what it's called, right? I always get thrown off by when they had Super and New and all this crap. But that was at least, I think, a step towards classic Mario Party. My only gripe with it was stages were too small. You could buy, like, way too many stars too easily because the star price was, like, 10 coins, I think.
Yeah.
You got too many coins on mini games and stuff. It was just like, it was like baby's Mario Party or something.
Yeah, the economy was broken.
Yeah.
Whether that was on purpose or they just picked a bunch
But
of
again,
random
like you
numbers.
said, like the mini games were solid. Like they were fun. They were like, and that, I mean, like that's kind of the core. It's like half of the game.
Yeah.
It's like mini games are really strong, but like I didn't really like the board play.
Right,
So
you can't get to the you don't get to the mini games without playing Mario Party.
Right.
Like, I don't know about you weirdos that go into mini game mode and just play
I
the same
never,
thing
yeah,
for
I never do that.
an hour, but yeah.
Well, that's good. I'm super excited about this one then.
Yeah.
Do we have a date on this?
October
29th.
Okay, not too far away.
And they did announce, I found this hilarious actually, that right from the bat they said online play will be available for all modes.
Oh,
So-
okay.
So obviously they realized that not putting online in Super Mario Party until 2 years later was dumb, and so they built that from the beginning.
That was a big surprise announcement that I don't think we talked about.
Yeah. And they also said, I believe you can save games and read.
They did.
Yes.
Which
Which is awesome.
I used that a long time ago.
Yeah.
And I forgot it was a thing. But
Yeah.
Yeah. So aside from the fact that this is a new game that a bunch of people are going to be mad having to pay for,
Yeah.
we're once again very hopeful that this is like resetting
Sure.
everything, and we're back on the right trail from here.
To me, I feel like a lot of games are kind of doing that. Like Nintendo games that have kind of like veered from like what they were in my mind in like the golden era, like, and then they just went off and are kind of this weird different version of what they were, or at least what I remember in my head, are kind of coming back to that thing. Like to me, the first game that I noticed doing that was like this Paper Mario that just came out.
Yeah.
Very true to the original Paper Mario games. And then like with Super Mario Party, what we just talked about, sort of a step in that direction, but this is like even more so. Even if it's kind of like a port
Yeah.
kind of thing, like, you know.
Even the fact that they entertain the idea of going back is a change in attitude.
I mean, and even Super Monkey Ball. Like, they went in like the mobile direction. And that was like, to me, it was like very, like, I don't really like this.
Yeah.
But like Mania seems like, okay, like, let's see how much popularity like we can draw in from like the older games and see if like where we can go from there. Which smart, I think. It
Yeah.
seems kind of like a cheap thing to do, but like how else are you gonna like gauge interest?
I wouldn't say it's necessarily that, but I'm going to go way long term with this statement. But like the games that we remember, like
Yeah.
the golden age, as you said,
Sure.
are now like essentially 15 to 20 years old.
Yeah.
And there is nothing inherently bad about a 15, 20-year-old game. Like gameplay wise,
Sure. Yeah.
some of the greatest games ever are that old or older.
Yeah.
The only thing that ages are the graphics, which
Yeah.
you get to that point and it's still playable. It's just not modern.
Yeah, yeah.
And the fact that you just cannot find these games anymore.
That's-
If I wanted to play Monkey Ball before this week, I plugged in my GameCube, and that was the only way.
Well, that's the hard thing that I've been thinking about too, because I keep seeing this argument online where it's like, why does Nintendo keep doing all these ports? Like, it's like, part of me is like, I agree, like, it seems kind of like a cheap move to just like, here, cash grab, like, we just released this on the Wii U, let's release it again on the Switch. But like, when they're doing like older games like this, like, who has a copy realistically of like Mario Party 1, 2, and 3 just readily available? Like, you're gonna have to go through, like, if you're old enough, finding your N64, plugging it in, hopefully the hardware still works, like all this process. If you're a newer gamer, like, you're probably not gonna have an N64, so you're not even gonna have the opportunity to play these games unless you do an emulator ROM route, which obviously Nintendo is very heavily against. So
Yeah.
it's like, I don't know the best solution, but
Right.
at least this is a solution.
Yeah, there's a valid argument, I guess, to...
I don't
Well, I was
think
trying to
I'm
say-
backing their decision necessarily, but I'm like, at least this is a route. At least it's an option.
Yeah, there's a valid argument that every 15 years, every good game should be
Sure.
re-released just
Yeah.
to be available.
Sure.
And like you said, it's frustrating when you see it, but at the same time, there are real benefits to
Yeah.
this mentality.
Sure.
And it's for us who are starting to lose our GameCubes and whatnot, getting a couple Golden Age games back.
R.I.P. Brock's GameCube.
I have another one already, but yeah. R.I.P. my GameCube. It's great to see.
They lost an eye.
That it for whatever
yeah.
we were talking Mario Party?
Ramblings of a madman.
Yeah. So as I said, things kept picking up from here. So we went from Mario Party and the happiest game alive to Metroid Dread,
Oh yeah, baby.
which is the greatest title for a video game I've heard in a long time. Like one word that's never used ever,
Dread.
Dread.
Yeah.
It's so good.
It's pretty good.
But yeah, it's a new side-scrolling Metroid game.
Yes.
Technically, it would be the sequel to, I think, Metroid Fusion is the last one. It was a Game Boy Advance game, maybe.
I'm not up on my Metroid stuff, so
But it's been a long time.
yes, for sure.
And technically, they're calling this like Metroid 5, so we're skipping Metroid 4, which is
Mhm.
funny.
Yeah, that was weird. I saw that. I was like, okay, sure. Well, because they were talking about, well, the 4 logo that they showed. What was it, last year?
2 years ago.
2 years ago. Okay, I see.
It got canceled between then and now, and then rebuilt.
But that's just Metroid 4. There's no Prime association or
Yeah,
anything.
it is Prime. They've already said that.
Okay.
I think they don't. It's not in the logo, but that's the difference, right?
Okay.
Prime, where we've been waiting on.
Because Prime is basically like the 3D
Yeah.
Mhm.
series, and then okay, I see. That's the thing. I literally never played Metroid growing up. I feel like within the last 2 years when we were playing it was the first time I ever touched Metroid.
I had Metroid Prime for the Wii, and I gave up real quick on that one.
I did have a demo of one of the games for the DS or something.
That DS demo, if we want to go down another rabbit hole, I could talk about that for a long time.
It was pretty good.
But yeah, Metroid Dread, apparently it's been in development for 20 years. So like the original, like, we're making this game
Oh,
was
really?
20 years ago. Then it got canceled or whatever, shelved for a
Hmm.
bit, and then the studio that just remade Metroid 2 is doing this one.
Okay.
So whether they picked up any of the original like
That's what I was
ideas
going to
from that.
ask. Like, how much of it do you think is true to what the original plan was? Do you think it's like same story, same maps, or
No idea.
who knows?
Yeah.
That's one of those things. It's like Nintendo keeps that stuff so close to the chest, we'll never know
Right.
unless a big leak comes out again.
I have seen a lot of people saying it's pretty remarkable that, or not remarkable, but it's interesting that they're not, the enemies they showed are like completely new alien
Mhm.
robot things, which
Yeah.
is kind of unique for the Metroid series. So it seems like they're showing they're open to going in different directions, I guess. And gameplay wise, what they showed is really classic 2D Metroid. It looked like all of Super Metroid that we just played, last year.
Yeah. Same as the suit looked different. Looks kind of cool though.
Yeah, just incremental upgrades though on the classic formula. So
Sure.
that's, I think, why so many are excited. And frankly, after playing Super Metroid, I'm pretty excited to see if this is recognized just as good as that, and I might pick it up if so.
I love those kind of Metroidvania games now, so I'm sure I'll love it.
And all that being said, it's still called Metroid Dread, and it's still a very cool looking atmosphere, so points for that.
Yeah. Metroid Bread coming soon.
October 8th.
Yes, October 8th. Blake made a little bread man character, and he's been calling it Metroid Bread.
Metroid Bread. Breadtroid Bread.
Submit that idea right now, maybe you can get it.
Yeah, maybe I can get a DMCA tech down.
Next we have Just Dance 2022. Don't buy it unless you want to be ripped off. Because
Oh, wow.
well, because I have a Just Dance game on the Switch.
Which one do we
and
have? 2020?
I don't know. But most of the songs you get at the start, there's like not that many, first of all. Then all the good songs you have to pay for.
That is very true.
It's like in-app purchases on a game that I already bought.
Yeah? Do you know what year it is?
It's either 2020 or 2021.
No, I meant like, that's what.
Yeah,
Oh.
but like,
What year is it?
Yeah, but
No,
it's
I'm really
not
asking.
that
I need to know.
great of content.
I don't know what year it is.
So anyway, I don't recommend it, but if you want to buy
It
songs,
is fun, but it
It's-
could be a lot more fun if
yes.
like it didn't have this paywall of like, here is the yearly subscription to Just Dance songs.
You just have to have that new Megan Trainor song. Like,
Yeah, I need it.
staring you in the face.
Yeah.
I need the newest hit to be downloaded into my brain.
Oh, I do.
And I need to dance to it.
So anyway, if you want to pay for Just Dance songs, go pick that game up.
Devin Salty.
I told you I didn't love everything.
In other news.
Cruise and Blast. It's a car game.
Car
car
game.
game.
It's a car game.
It's a car
It's
racing
Cars
game.
3 from Disney.
And you can also be a Pegasus.
What? I did not
yeah.
see
Yeah.
that. Like the mythical creature?
Yeah.
Yes. No, like from Yu-Gi-Oh.
I
Like
must have missed
you can
that.
ride on Pegasus.
I must have missed that. My
Um,
question about this game is it part of like the
Yes,
cruising
yes.
series like USA?
My question is, will they have the sexy girls at the start and finish line
Absolutely
waving flags
not.
around?
Absolutely not.
They do that, but there's still the pixelated
Yeah.
like, pictures
Okay.
that they used before.
Okay. I mean, that's what I like, you know, the pixelated.
Gives you a little bit of mystery.
Yeah, exactly.
That'd be kind of a funny throwback.
That would be like something you'd put in a cheat menu.
Yeah.
But yeah, I actually wondered when they showed this, like, because the stages are way over the top. It's,
are
it's
they?
so obviously part of that series that
Yeah.
there's no question. But I don't know if they've been releasing cruising games the last 20 years besides the one in your local pizza arcade.
Yeah.
But
I have no idea.
if they have, now I'm really curious to where else they've gone with this series because it's so ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah, but when are we gonna get Wave Race back?
That's only in Dave and Buster's. Sorry.
That's right next to Cruising USA in every place you ever go.
Yeah, but for Wave Race, yeah, you need
That's true.
the controller, what do you want to call it, saddle thing.
You need motion
Our
controls.
family friend
For
had it
sure.
for like a GameCube or an N64,
Yeah.
and it was actually just fun that way.
Okay.
I will vouch for
All right,
it.
get a Joy-Con insert. It's like the handles. You insert the Joy-Con like you do for
That's the
Ring
next
Fit,
VR game they need.
and then you just
Nintendo Labo Wave Race.
Yeah, exactly. There you go.
That would
Like-
actually be wonderful. Like, you get this huge wave race thing
Yeah.
delivered, and then how you make it work, you put Joy-Con over
Yeah.
the side.
That's how they did for every like peripheral on the Wii. It's like, oh, this Guitar Hero guitar, like
Stick it
slot in the whatever it's called. Wiimote.
So if you like racing cars and sexy flag girls, which are not guaranteed by
Definitely
Cruising
not
Glass,
going to be on there.
Then we also have Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, where you play through the 4 major sagas in Dragon Ball Z. So we got
True story.
What does
We
this
got-
mean, nerds?
Saiyan Saga.
We got Saiyan Saga, where you fight Vegeta. We got Frieza Saga, where you fight Frieza. We got Cell Saga. Guess who you fight? Cell. And then we got Majin Buu.
What about the Twilight Saga?
That's
That's
DLC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You fight. You have to
You
pick
have
if
to
you're
fight Edward.
Team Edward or Team Jacob.
You can also fly around either with the flying Nimbus or not. It's up to you.
The Nimbus 2000?
Yeah.
Yes.
Harry Potter DLC
Okay.
confirmed.
They have a broomstick. that
Twilight
they fly around
DLC
on.
confirmed.
So if you like Dragon Ball Z,
If you like this, buy this.
well then fine. I'll say I don't like Dragon Ball Z that much. Big
Okay.
hot take. I
All
like
right.
Vegeta,
If
but I
you
don't
like this,
Dragon Ball, the original series, all the way. Anyway, that's out September 24th. Pick it up or don't. I don't care what you do. Mario Golf Super Rush. You guys like this game more than I do, so go for it.
We pretty much already talked about it. The big question is why did they waste E3 time on it?
yeah,
But
they've shown us like 3 times before.
yeah, we'll be picking it up in, a week.
June 25th. Yeah, that's very soon.
Will we both, though? Only one of us needs to pick this up because we only need to do speed here on
That's
Golf,
true.
But I'll be buying this game. We'll give you a full
This
review.
game have online?
It
I don't know.
should.
It should, yeah.
Let's figure that out later.
Oh, the one thing I noticed from this trailer, which I'm not sure if they put in the previous one, is they showed a bunch of nice shots and made sure that the announcer is still in the game, which is a very
Oh, I
important
see.
part.
I think like nice shot, like nice views of the like in the first trailer they showed some pretty bad shots,
Yeah.
but now there's some nice.
The camera work was
The
just
official
off.
Nintendo eShop page from Mario Golf Super Rush confirms that the game supports online play.
Okay, great.
Here you go.
Okay.
June
So,
25th.
Go golf.
1 week. Go golf.
Way more fun. Than
Go golf. We love golf.
They showed Monster Hunter Stories 2. I would not actually play it. It's kind of Pokemon-ish, except you can ride on it, which I guess you can do in Pokemon now, sort of.
They made a big deal about you riding on your Monsties.
I like it.
Is this the game that kept saying Monsties?
Yes. Yes, it was.
I was like, why are they saying that?
I love the like,
Monsties.
To someone who doesn't play Monster Hunter, the entire point of Monster Hunter is what is the biggest, baddest, gigantic thing we can make.
Yep.
The
And then they call
biggest,
it-
baddest Monstie.
Yeah, then they call it
Monstie.
Monstie. So like, I didn't care about this game before, but
It's
now you
literally
just ruined it.
Monster Hunter. Why are you-
Monstie Hunter.
Monstie Hunter.
Someone mock that up, please.
Everything's a mobile game.
Anyway, I would play it. Don't know if I'll pick it up, but if there's a demo, I'll check it out.
Let's get to some good stuff right here.
Wario Ware. I've only played this game literally one time, so.
Ooh,
Why do you
that's
set
fall.
everyone's expectations
I'm
so
sorry.
low like this?
I'm sorry.
One of the biggest
I played
games
it at
that
a-
came out of this. Oh, I only
I
played it one
played a
time.
barcade. I
think
played it at a
I
barcade once.
think this game's. Okay, I
Barcade
played it one
with
time.
all
yeah,
places?
yeah, in Eugene there was a barcade.
It was pretty fun.
Yeah.
They
I could
basically
see it
had
being
like
fun
they
with
basically
alcohol
well they
involved
basically
back
had like a bunch of couches with
Like game
couch
cubes.
dedicated TV, couch dedicated
Yeah.
TV with like a console hooked up. It's really
Nice.
cool.
Mhm. So it looks fun, but I've just never
Okay,
played it.
Brock and I will talk about this.
Okay, have fun. Comes out September 10th, by the way. Get it together. Wario Ware.
One of the greatest games of all time.
It's
Not just a game.
It's not just a game.
Not just, I
guys.
played this one time. I played it for the Wii once. Amazing.
Okay.
Phenomenal.
I like it.
Groundbreaking.
I think it looks great.
Exquisite.
I love Wario. He picks his nose the entire trailer. It's great.
He farts.
my favorite part, yeah.
I love that
He's
he
smelly.
farts.
He has garlic. Garlic it turns him into Wario Man or
I
whatever
love
his
it.
name is.
This is the most Wario voice acting we've ever heard, which is
That's
pretty
true.
weird. In the
I was
trailer.
wondering if it's that same Charles,
Yeah, it definitely is.
whatever his name is,
Martinet.
something.
Yeah. But yeah, WarioWare, there's been basically one per console except the Wii U, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So since they skipped the Wii U, everybody didn't know if it was coming back. And the big thing about it is they always seem to try and use like the gimmick of every console.
Yeah.
And the Switch doesn't really have that. So this is the first time where the title doesn't like
Yeah.
immediately tell you what the gimmick is.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm curious as to if there is any gimmick. That being said,
Well, they did
There is a gimmick.
kind of show it.
It's co-op.
okay.
Well, and they showed that all of the mini games you can play with every character,
Yes,
and
they
each
all have
character has a different
ability.
ability.
Yeah.
I completely missed that then.
Yeah.
I got that you were playing the characters, but I forgot one that they used to be segregated by character.
Yeah,
So-
like you were never like the character in the game. It was just like you did the game.
Yeah.
There was no character involved. So it's like it's gonna be like, oh, you need to hit this thing out of a tree. Like Wario can charge into it. This other character could swing a rope and do it. I don't know.
Yeah, if that's actually how it works, then that would be a cool new twist on things. As much as I like using the microphone or the
Yeah.
touchscreen on the DS version.
I do have one fear about that route though, is that because you can do all the characters in the same games, that there will be less games.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
I don't think they do that. I've never played these games, but I think the Switch is like their most profitable console. I feel like they're gonna make a game. It's a beloved game for a beloved console. I feel like they'll give you your money.
I hope
I
it's good.
counter with Super Mario Party.
Yeah.
But
I don't care about that game that much either.
yeah, all of the WarioWares are unquantifiably fun and replayable. I
So
wasted
good.
so many hours
They're
in
so
the DS
good.
one.
They're
And
so good.
I kind of expect the same from this. I don't see how it could possibly not be just as good.
I hope. I really hope.
September 10th.
So if you like farts and garlic, then pick this game up September 10th. Next is Shin Megami Tensei 5. This game looked really ugly to me because all of the art style
Yikes.
looked vastly different
Yikes.
from character to character.
You're just saying this is worse Persona?
Yes.
That's exactly
Probably.
what I got from it.
Yeah. Anyway,
That's what a lot of people always say. I don't even know anything about these games.
So I don't know anything about Persona. I played the first 5 hours of Persona 5.
I really
but,
don't either.
Like, I recognize like 5 different monsters that look exactly the same as the ones in Persona 5. So I don't know if it's like they're all using Japanese folklore and that's why they look the same.
It could
but
be.
they looked so similar that at times I was like, wait, is this Persona?
Well, the thing that I noticed too was, and Devin and I were talking about this during the actual direct, is like the art style of the monsters is so different from monster to monster, in our opinion, that it's like not cohesive or something. Like
Yeah.
you're fighting these demons or whatever in this realm, but it's like they don't look the same or something. Something like doesn't.
they use
Fit
too many different
correctly.
styles for each like thing, and it doesn't.
It clashed
work.
in my head when I looked
Oh,
at it.
Atlas is a similar developer between each of them, so.
Yeah.
They did have a
NP
crossover
Studio.
game
I
recently.
mean, it's
Do you
so
remember that?
similar. Like the character themselves are like so similar.
Well, and it's like
looking.
this. They're like
And it's like we're in high school, and then we
Yeah,
suddenly
like,
get transported into
they're-
this alternate dimension. And
yeah, the
there's
plot that they were
demons.
saying. I was like, is this
Yeah, we were
Persona?
wondering,
I was like,
yeah.
this is the exact
He
same
was
thing.
like, Blake was like, are they just remaking an older one?
I was like, what is this?
Which shows you how much we know about Persona games. So
Yeah, we should caveat all this with we have no idea what we're talking
No,
about. And people
not
that
at
like
all.
these games probably do not care about this stuff.
But if you want to be a girl who develops really long, flowy blue hair when she gets transported to a demon
Oh, yeah?
realm, pick up Shin Megami Tensei
Wait, you can
5.
be a girl in this one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
It's
can't
the
do
main
that in
character.
Persona, so-
That's true. Maybe this is why they look so similar, but you have one for girls and one for boys.
Game girl color.
It's
Yeah.
like the big pens, one for girls and one for boys. Have you seen that?
Let's just ignore
This
Yeah.
is a Nintendo podcast, sorry.
I'm just saying, it's like weird, but anyway.
It's like weird. I mean, come on.
Okay, Fatal Frame made him with Blackwater.
People were really excited
Ghosts
about
are
this.
afraid of you or ghosts want to kill you unless you take their picture.
Yeah, I know of this series because of Smash Brothers, and for some reason I really like putting 2 and 2 together. So
Yeah.
I was happy to.
You're like, oh, I think I know a reference to this from a different game.
This is my. I hope there's a demo, and I hope it hooks me
Yeah.
because it really, for some reason, looks like a fun concept. But I'm never gonna go out and buy it outright.
Yeah, I would need like heavy convincing.
I don't like scary stuff, so
Oh,
we'll
it-
pass.
It does look like actually scary. Like
It
they got
does.
the atmosphere.
Yeah.
And you have to stare at the things that are scary.
I heard that the first games are really good. They have like a strong fan
It's about
base.
facing your fears. But I don't want to, so I'm gonna pass.
I don't want to.
I'm ignorant to my fears.
Doom Eternal DLC, if you like shooting things and lots of blood and
Stop
demons,
pitching every game
go get
before I
it.
lose my mind.
Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2, if you like skateboarding and ska music, go pick that up.
Hey, they got rid of most of the ska music. 'cause they had
What?
the
That's
games-
like the most iconic part about these games. That's the only reason I know about them.
Yeah, they had to get rid of some songs because of copyright stuff.
I was glad that this is coming to the Switch though, because when it was like coming to PlayStation and Xbox like earlier this
Yeah.
year, whenever it came out, I was like, oh man, I kind of want to get that, but I don't want to. I don't know.
What's weird about it to me is that, like, it looks good because they remastered it and whatnot,
Mhm.
but it looks cartoony or something to me. And
Well,
for
on
that
this-
reason, it
I've seen what it actually looks like on the PlayStation, and it looked better. I feel like on the
Okay.
PlayStation. So I was like, is this like a altered version so that it can run on the Switch?
something about the atmosphere just seemed off when I saw it because, like Devin said, Tony Hawk has this weird place where it's like the game is fun, but
Yeah.
half of it is just the atmosphere of
Yeah.
Tony Hawk.
Yeah. I don't know. I was like, I'm on the fence if I want this or not, because I'm like, I have real big nostalgia for the first Pro Skater game. I never really played the second one, but the first one, I'd be like, I'm hooked on that.
Then this goes back to our earlier discussion. Like, these games are now 20 years old.
That's true.
Like, so
It's like the same thing.
and there's nothing like it anymore. Nothing.
It's true. I mean, like that Skate franchise tried to do the same thing,
It
but
was
then
terrible.
like they like got rid of it basically.
But yeah, I had Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 for the Game Boy Advance of all things, and I
Oh,
loved it.
you liked it? I can't even imagine that
Well,
being good at
because
all.
I played the PlayStation version a lot.
Yeah.
And that was like, at the time, being able to play the same game on Game Boy.
I
it's
guess that's
amazing.
true. Yeah.
That was the first game I ever played with like pseudo 3D.
Oh yeah.
So, yeah, fond memories.
So if you're old enough to remember who Tony Hawk was and what the X Games were, which they may still be going, but no one watches them anymore.
Speak for yourself.
Yeah. Who you talking to?
I literally don't know a single person that watches them.
You know too.
You don't know very many people.
Anyway, none of you Zoomers know who Tony Hawk is, I presume. So that was probably. I'm gonna continue on. Mario vs. Rabbids, Sparks of Hope. People are getting real weird about Rosalina Rabbid.
Okay, let's not say that.
They
she-
really like her, you know? They just think she's really cool.
All right, stop talking. Look at widgets or something. And sit back, please. And sit back, please.
The Luna Rabbit's pretty cool. I'll give him points for that.
Yeah.
I do like the Luna Rabbid.
The first game was good.
Oh,
So
yeah.
Wait, did you play it?
I played a little bit of it.
It was
So not good enough for you to finish.
It was unique because nothing like it had come out in a while, and I find it's cool that it sold so well that they're doing a second one.
I feel like it looked really good too.
I thought it was kind of funny that they're going to announce this in the next game, one right after the other. But yeah, suddenly I think there are too many of these turn-based strategy, whatever, which is weird because there were zero.
Yeah, it's like there was none, and then it's like, oh, here we go, this, and then whatever that next game was.
Yeah, Advance Wars 1 and 2 Reboot Camp.
Yes.
Which is, I'm sure there are differences, but the same general play style as Rabbids.
I need to play the first one before I have an opinion on this one, really.
Yeah, I don't have an opinion. I know it's very well received, though, and people did not expect it to get remade. Like, it was one of those Nintendo franchises that is dead upon dead. So zero.
Well, people have been wanting this to come out again, or at least a third one or remake or something for a very, very long time.
Yeah. And it's happening, so maybe they'll go the Super Monkey Ball route and make a third one if this sells any.
Yeah, maybe they'll put it on mobile.
It would be. That seems like an insult, but this is.
It kind of would work on mobile actually, but I hope they don't go that route.
So yeah, if you hate Rayman but love the Rabbids and also like Mario, go check this game out.
This game? Advance Wars?
We moved on. You told me to look at other stuff.
Don't we look at widgets or something?
Alright, Advance Wars. December 3rd, go buy it.
What's your pitch?
If you like war, go get it.
Sight.
I don't think there's any blood in this game, but
There's
I
just
mean, if you like
explosions.
being a specific commander and leading an army on a 16 by 16 board, go get it.
okay,
Fair.
I'll take that.
All right, Hyrule Warriors DLC. I don't even remember what the DLC was. Link has a whip.
Yeah.
That's it.
He has a new weapon, basically. I was like, I don't.
If you want Link to have a whip, go download this.
Oh yeah, that's my comment. So they prefaced this by main guy whose name I can never remember said, and this is our last announcement.
Oh yeah.
And then they did Fade to Black and showed Ainuma.
Yeah.
And then started going through this. And so I was like, oh man, are they really going to end on Hyrule Warriors?
That's what I was worried about.
I knew they could not do that.
Well, actually,
after the last time where they showed him, and he's like, we have nothing to say about this
Yeah.
game at the time. They couldn't do that again.
I actually wasn't that worried about it because I started up the stream and it was towards the end, so I saw
we were busy at the live showing of the direct, so we were basically 45 minutes late or 40 minutes late.
We were catching it at the
so
end.
we turned it on right at the end.
And it was like, well, here's the big reveal. And I was like, dang it.
It's like, oh, let's go back to the very beginning.
And then they announced Skyward Sword HD. Well, they didn't announce it. We already knew about this.
Yeah.
But Skyward Sword HD, July 16th. If you want to know the origin of Zelda, Link, and Ganondorf's ongoing conflict, check it out.
Person versus person conflict.
Yes. And then the reason we're really here today
is the Zelda Game & Watch. Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
wait.
Finally got released.
Thank
We've all been
goodness.
waiting.
I've been waiting for so long.
Once again, they spent a good 4 or 5 minutes probably 4 minutes talking about this. I was like, man, they're really going to end on this, aren't they?
I know. I was like, why are they showing this?
If you like these Game & Watches, good for you. I'm glad you really love Nintendo. You do so more than any of us. But it's kind of like, why?
I mean, to be honest though, the 4, I guess, mainly 3 games that they have on there, pretty solid games. The original Zelda, Zelda 2, and then Link's Awakening. I was like, these are pretty good games.
I was surprised it wasn't A Link to the Past, but yes.
Yeah, it's weird that they skipped to Link's Awakening, but then I was like thinking, oh, I guess they just remade Link's Awakening recently, so that's probably why they chose that one. And then the fourth one is basically the Game and Watch,
yeah,
with Link's head on it. Whatever.
Yeah. And
then
Breath of the Wild 2.
You got some big theories and stuff you need to talk about?
Let's put our tinfoil hats on, everyone. I have so many theories.
Should me and Brock leave for this, or should you just talk into the camera yourself?
I mean, if that's what you want to do, that's fine. I could carry on like a 30-minute conversation with myself.
All right, let's structure this sort of. Do we want to go through what we saw first?
we saw 1 minute of Breath footage. I mean,
yeah, it was okay, whatever.
Okay, so we start off with a dark background with some like purpley red blotches on it, and then the malice starts coming
Devin has
out,
watched
kind of
this
like
trailer, I think, at least 1,000 times since we watched this.
in slow down speed 2. And so
literally
the
quarter speed.
not even
the
frame by frame.
the malice starts coming across diagonally, kind of like in the original trailer, where like the blue swirlies kind of come across. It's in the same sort of thing, and then it cuts to Link briefly, and his arm, the right arm, is getting swallowed by malice. And we saw in the last trailer that his arm.
How do we know it's Link and not his identical brother?
That's true.
Dink.
Okay, so.
Dink's Awakening. This is Dink's. That's why they don't want to
Dink's
release the title. It's Dink's Awakening.
We're done with Link. We're on to his
It's
brother
his evil
Dink.
twin.
Okay, so
They cloned him.
We knew that
These are
Link's
just
arm had
clones.
something going on with it in the first trailer. It's getting eaten by malice. Okay, then we go back to the malice.
I'd say
Kinda-
corrupted.
Okay, whatever. Going back.
It's getting eaten a lot.
Well, because the arm.
Trump.
I say eaten because remember the arm that was attached to who we presume to be, except it definitely is Ganondorf's body.
Yeah.
That is now his arm.
Ooh.
Yes.
I don't know
Are you
about that.
kidding me?
I don't know about that.
Have you seen it? It has
Wait,
the long nails.
so
it
Does
has
Ganondorf now have Link's arm?
No.
I don't think so.
But that
They
means,
trade arms?
That means that Link
Freaky
has
Friday?
two pieces of the Triforce, right?
That's true.
Yeah, so that's actually part of one of my theories.
Well-
is that the Triforce is back. But
Maybe.
okay.
Depends if he's right-handed or
Can I just
left-handed.
have-
Okay, I'm shutting up for 5 minutes. It's good.
Okay. So, Malice coming back across the screen, and then Zelda falls into the earth, which I have more theories about what this is.
She's falling.
She's we saw that in the first trailer as well. Whatever. No one cares. Just kidding, we all care. And then
Ganondorf. Shot of Ganondorf. Like
Ganondorf
this.
was like, rah! And then it's more
Okay.
Malice.
Who we think is Ganondorf.
It's
like a mummified
red
body.
hair.
It's a mummified
it
body.
It has the nose. Wait, does it have a nose? I don't know. It's got the long red hair. It's got Gerudo jewelry. It's a dude. It's the malice coming out of it. Like, it's called Ganondorf's Malice or Ganon's Malice.
Says who?
It says
Yeah.
the first game.
Oh.
Duh.
I didn't
Hello.
play that. I didn't play that. What?
So why would it be
In
called
the trailer,
that if it's not emanating
in the
from
trailer, there's
Ganon
text.
or
Ganondorf's
Ganondorf?
Malice right here.
Like.
Just a split second. This.
Anyway, it's Ganondorf. Come on, people. Let's use our brains here. Okay, so he's like, "Rah," and then more malice comes out, and then dark, and then kind of similar to the original Breath of the Wild when Link is.
Wink. Okay, we got Link.
When
we
Link
got
is
Dink,
awakening
and we got
from
Wink.
his cryogenic sleep, light opens up, and you see the sky, and Link is falling in very Skyward Sword fashion towards floating islands, and we see his hair is longer. It's more wild. It's not in a ponytail any
Breath of the
longer.
Wild.
He's definitely hotter.
He's
Amen.
really hot. Okay. He's wearing like a tunic that bears part of his stomach. It's green. It's kind of reminiscent of what he's wearing. Like
That's not how she's talking about this.
combination of like Twilight Princess Link at the beginning and Skyward Sword beginning outfit Link. Okay, he's falling. He's got gladiator sandals on.
He does have gladiator
We love that
sandals on.
2009 fashion sense. Okay.
Thank you.
He's falling towards islands in the sky. Okay. We see.
Is that a band name or something?
I don't know. Let me finish my description, and then I gotta get to my
My analysis.
My analysis. And then we see his arm is all weird, and it's the arm from Ganondorf's chest that was holding him at bay or whatever underground. So we got the underground, we got the surface, and we got the Sky Islands. Skyloft. Okay. And so in the sky we see like some ruins, and they're very similar to the Zonai ruins. And also we see like this stone monster, and we see these like blue egg crystal things everywhere on the monster, on the... Brock, you didn't watch it closely enough.
I did not.
Okay,
I actually
so...
closed my eyes because I hated it so
Oh
much.
my goodness. Okay,
This
so
sucks.
on the stone monster, on buildings, and
Aren't those called taluses?
no,
A different one.
those are different. It's like the bluey stone one with the Sheikah looking dangly things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Get back to this. Okay, and then we see Link also running on the surface, and there's bokoblins with larger horns now, and they're on a stone
Larger
talus.
Larger ones.
And he's like, Link is back in his normal clothes, and his hair is normal, and
Yeah,
so
what's
then
up
we
with
wonder,
that? No
we
Sheikah
wonder,
Slate either.
okay, what's going on? And then we see Link back to how he, well,
Wild man form.
Wild Man form, and or actually I don't know if he's in Wild Man form when he does this, but he holds out his arm towards this oncoming big metal spiky ball. It stops and then it reverses because you can
He goes,
see you can see the line that it had been following, and it goes back that way. So Link reverses time here. And so then I started wondering, okay, so
Same color as Stasis Room.
Right.
Yellow.
yeah, so then I was wondering, okay,
Well, this is theory territory. Let's get through the trailer.
so we see that, and then we see Link kind of diving upward. Well, first we see a little water droplet.
you see a
kind
water.
of-
You see a pool of
It
water.
splashes, and then it goes back into a drop, and then we see Link diving upwards into the sky, going through stone. He gets stuck, and it's kind of cute. And then he pushes himself up, and then we see
She got
the
a crush on him.
expanse. Yeah, Link's hot. What do you want to know about it?
He goes in through the rock. He's like pushing himself
He's
out
like
of
running
the rock.
in the islands at one point.
Yellow
you
trees.
see him, yeah, because of the yellow trees. That's how you know.
All the
they're
floating
islands.
islands have yellow trees.
Yellow
Didn't
trees.
see that.
He's on a paraglider, and they put tassels
They
on
put
it.
tassels
Some
on
people
the
are
glider now.
theorizing that it's to, see what direction the wind is going. I don't really buy it, but anyway.
Wind Waker. Wind directions.
Yeah.
What do you think
so,
about it?
So he's up on the island. We see the rock monster thing, and then it cuts back to Hyrule Castle, and we kind of saw this at the end of the first trailer. It starts lifting up from the ground from Malice, and it starts floating in the sky, and then we see it just floating for a long time.
It's ominous.
Okay,
Insane.
so do you guys want to add anything, or should I just go into
I
my
think
theories?
you about got it.
I think I'll give you my ad hoc theory I
Mhm.
came up with in the last 15 seconds.
Yeah.
You've described two separate variations of Link.
Yes.
Sexy Wild Boy and more standardized.
Refined sexy boy. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly my thoughts.
Now there's only one other Zelda game in which Link has two very distinct forms, and that is Ocarina of Time.
Ooh.
So obviously,
Ooh.
you've also said there's some time shifting going on within
It's
timelines.
true.
So maybe there's some time shifting going on between Sexy Link and non-Sexy Link.
That's exactly what I was thinking, Brock. So I'm thinking he's going
I'm
back
glad you
in the-
brought that up.
Okay, so there are many theories I have here. I think he's going back in time too, because also in this trailer, if you start reversing the music from the very end,
We should know this by now, obviously.
it is the song What Happened 100 Years Ago, which was in the original Breath of the Wild.
Is that a Katy Perry song?
No.
Yes.
I thought she was doing one for Zelda.
It's called 100
it's
Years
called, like,
Ago,
the
and it's
plastic
from the
bag.
first Breath of the Wild. And that is, if you reverse this trailer's music, that is what's playing. So,
That is kind of strange. When you noticed that, I was like, you're blowing my mind
Yeah.
right now.
I mean,
Okay.
they did that with the first
Yeah.
Breath of the Wild. A lot of the stuff is reversed and
Yes.
changed. This-
But like the music is very like weird. It's like
Yeah. Okay, so another thing that makes me think we're going back in time is, okay, do we remember in Skyward Sword, which is also coincidentally being released at the same time,
Yep.
the fourth least
Nothing is a
successful
coincidence.
Zelda game in the franchise being redone,
Did you just say fourthly?
fourth least successful
Oh.
financially. I just looked this
Oh,
up.
yes,
Yeah.
that's important. Yeah.
Yes. So they're choosing one of their worst games to
Big brain.
remake and release it at the same time that they're working on this. And at the same time, this game, you're in the sky again. Okay? But also, if you remember in that game, I think it was the Lanayru Desert area. Okay?
The robots.
The
Yep.
robots. Which that
Robots.
style looks very similar to the Zonai ruins and the rock monster that we see. And those little crystals look very similar to the time stones. Color-wise, shape-wise, and the little rock monster has the Sheikah stuff hanging around, which was also on the time stones.
That's true.
And also, okay, so dragons are important
Facts.
again. The 3 dragons.
FAX.
The 3 elemental dragons, which were also important in Skyward Sword. When they disappear in Breath of the Wild, they go up through the clouds and they disappear into this little portal thing in the clouds.
Wait, they disappear?
Yes. They go up into the sky, into the clouds, and then they disappear. Could be the cloud barrier, like we saw in Skyward Sword. Okay, maybe that's why we also can't see the floating islands from the surface. Zonai ruins on the surface and potentially in the Sky Islands. What if those were the Skyloft people? And also the Zonai were considered like a warrior race. If we remember, Skyloft had the night school. There were no wars happening. They just wanted to create warriors. Okay. Okay, let's see. What else do I have here?
I have another, comment. From what you
Yeah,
said
go
so
for
far.
it.
It sounds like really yada yada yada. What you're trying to say here is that Groose is coming back.
Groose
Yes,
is
the
loose.
And-
Groose is loose once again.
And there's
ladies and
one
gentlemen.
spot left, just coincidentally, in the Smash DLC. So, I mean, it's pretty obvious. If they're
What do you
going to
think
tie
Groose
all
is-
this together,
What do you think Groose's incarnation will look in Breath of the Wild?
incarnation, no, Groose is forever.
Oh, it's
Groose.
actually him? The Groose?
Groose is actually Ganondorf. The red hair.
Actually, I like that better. That's
Okay,
way
I
better.
actually have
I
one
don't
more
like that.
thing tying this back to
I don't like
Skyward
that.
Sword. So, if we remember, Demise had long red hair, which was actually flames. But
Demise sucks, but yeah.
Ganondorf looks very similar with the red hair like that. And shirtless, if I remember correctly. Let me just look up.
Shirtless?
Skyward Sword.
Demise?
Yeah, Demise. Pretty shirtless. Okay.
Are we about to, compare nipple size or
Yeah.
something?
Yeah, okay,
It's
so
it's all
Demise
there.
has longer hair, Ganondorf has longer red hair. Demise is also referenced again because when I was reading through Skyward Sword's Wikipedia page, when Demise and the goddess Hylia were initially clashing, Demise came out from underneath the ground.
Yep.
And guess what? That's where Ganondorf's body is right now. That's where the malice is coming from. And then Zelda falls into that hole, kind of like Demise is swallowing Hylia back and trying to defeat her again.
It's all metaphor.
And then I have one thing that's not related to that. Let me just find one second.
So if we're going to bring back Demise, then why aren't we also bringing back Vivati? too?
Amen.
That's another game.
Because
It's
he
the
would
next
be
game.
awesome in 3D, and yet they
He'd
just
be
kinda
awesome.
destroyed him.
And Link is just looking more like the hero of time now because his hair is longer and wearing more of the outfit that was shown.
That
in
is
the
true.
little- And perhaps the Triforce is returning because, Zelda holds out her hand and the back of her hand is glowing, which is pretty traditional when people are using the Triforce powers. That happens, and then when Link is holding out his hand to reverse time for that big spiky ball, back of his hand is glowing.
I'm not sold on that. by the
Also,
way.
the shield that he's using, there are 7 triangles, like the 7 sages.
That is true.
Could be just a fun reference. Could mean the Triforce is returning. But, those are my notes.
Wow.
That's a lot to think about.
So, a lot of connections to Skyward Sword, in my opinion.
Let's
Yeah.
see.
But probably no connection to Skyward Sword at all.
Also,
That was 14 minutes.
okay. Also in Skyward Sword, Link
Oh.
had another, like, sail claw thing.
Yeah.
I don't know, there's a lot of connections I'm seeing.
So they're just gonna pull in all the games into one.
I think
Every
they're gonna
game.
return back to, like, the conflict that initially happened in Skyward Sword and really try and resolve something related in there. Or just reference it in general. I think Skyloft is going to be referenced, and Skyloft people are the Zonai. That's what I think. That's my speculation.
I'm not speculating any past what I've already done.
I don't think any speculation's gonna be right.
Okay, that's fine. We'll see.
They always go in a different direction.
Alright, well, if any of my stuff is true, I'm going to say I told you so. And also Nintendo hired me, because clearly I'm on the same wavelength as you, so...
It's all about wavelengths.
That's right.
Yeah, my takeaway from the trailer is that the land is the same on the ground mostly, which I expected.
Yep.
You can't really tell how big the land above the clouds is.
Uh-huh.
I would hope that it's expansive and like that's how they're adding to the game, but
Yeah.
I'm worried that it is just going to be the size of Skyloft or something.
Uh-huh.
If that's the case, that would be kind of disappointing because I do want some new area that's vast to explore. It doesn't have to be as big as the world in Breath of the Wild, but I do want some new area that's free roaming and discovery.
That's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping that
Well-
like it's either like the underground area is like that, or
Mhm.
I just like right now I'm just like I don't know what's gonna be in the sky that's gonna be worth exploring. Like, sure, if they put like shrine type things up in the sky on these floating islands, like that'll be somewhat interesting, I guess. But it's like, how are they going to make these islands like distinct from each other?
Right.
Like, if they're all just floating rocks, like, why are you going up there? What's like
Right.
your
I also-
motivation to explore?
I also forgot to mention it looks like dungeons are kind of back.
That's what I was going to ask. What are
In the
what do you
trailer,
think's gonna
there's
happen
like
there?
a weird wormy thing with what I presume to be
Oh,
its weak
yeah.
point, like sticking out of its mouth, and like it's trying to like light it on fire with this shield slash flamethrower thing that's in the shape of a dragon. Again, tying back that dragons are important in this game, and it's in the style of the Zonai.
Yeah.
And also, it has that blue glowy stuff.
Everything has
The
the
time energy.
The luminous stone,
Yeah.
which are made up of souls of dead people.
They
How do you
say
know
people.
that?
Because it says in the description
Oh.
of like when you pick them up in Breath of the Wild.
Yeah. Didn't know that.
We're going back to the dead people. We're reviving the dead. We're going back in time.
We're reviving all the people that died 100 years ago.
That's
Bring them
let's
back.
go. King Rome, you deserve a
Bring 'em
second
back.
chance.
Let's
Even
go.
though you're kind of not very nice to Zelda, let's just bring you back.
They're just gonna go straight to stealing Marvel plots, and
Yeah.
the main action will be the Link snapping his fingers.
Yeah.
It'll be a Switch noise though.
I like it.
So anyway, that was Nintendo E3.
Yeah, we could hear nothing about this game for another year.
Yeah,
And then they
Releasing
reveal it again.
2022.
probably holiday.
Definitely holiday.
Except they're not gonna hit that date. I'm telling you right now.
Don't
That's what I
you
don't-
put that on us, Brock.
That's what I don't know. I'm like, part of me is like, well, Breath of the Wild 1 came out like February or March. Are they going to do the same thing?
Well,
or are they
that
going
was
to wait
also
till
with the
holiday?
release of a new
This-
game console.
Yeah, that's true.
They're just gonna be too ambitious for their own timeline, like they always are.
Well, but I wonder though, because like the world and assets are already built.
Well, I wonder if they're just gonna have to do this game because they've already got so much.
I don't think they.
That's the
can.
worry.
I don't think they would. Just because
Ergo,
of-
it's gonna miss 2022.
Yeah.
We'll see.
But yeah, we'll see.
I think it'll be good. They already have a lot of content planned out from when they were developing Breath of the Wild. And it's like the most successful Zelda game. So they better not mess it up. Or I will come to you, Nintendo.
I did notice that when they were originally showing off Breath of the Wild, the original game,
Hmm.
that you remember they showed off all this like development artwork and stuff. A lot of those like same concepts are like in this second game.
Like the arm being being a useful tool.
Yeah,
for
the arm has like basically powers and all the like development artwork stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting that they like saved that for this game.
Yeah.
And then it like shows like a big floating like land mass, and there's like a guy standing at the top.
Yeah.
So it's like, interesting.
And
Hyrule Castle is floating now.
another reason that I don't feel like it's gonna be half done is just because, like, I remember either reading or listening to an interview where, is it Aonuma?
Ainuma.
Yeah.
Okay. Where he was just like, we were so excited about all the content that we came up for this game that we just decided to make another game.
That's
Like,
true.
he's never done that before. He was that excited about this game and all the stuff they came up with. I don't think he would, like, do it dirty like that.
I think he does probably like money though.
Yep.
Yes.
I think it is his job.
But no, I'm being too pessimistic for no reason. So.
And I'm being really optimistic. So, it'll be somewhere in the middle, probably. But
Yeah.
I hope it's closer to my side.
No!
I think it'll be good. They've been showing it off for a very long time now.
Yeah. Well, not really showing it off, but yes.
There's ideas out there for a long time.
Yes. And it'll be 3 years of being in production for something that the majority of stuff is already made up, like visually.
You stop saying that. You're.
Yeah. You're a game dev, you know everything about how it goes on.
Yes.
Yes, I am.
Yes. Alright, well,
2022, we got a while.
that's Nintendo E3, everyone.
We have at least, 6 months?
At the very, least. It's gonna be longer than that, but that's okay.
It is okay because
The longer the better.
Lots of games are
Probably.
coming out this fall,
Yeah.
September, October, and there's probably going to be more after that.
Yeah.
Yep. Frankly, too many games. We're going to play each for 2 weeks, forget about it, and then get reminded of it and say, "Wow, that was good. I should play that again."
As long as we have enough games to fill every 2 weeks until Breath of Wild 2 comes out, I'll be fine.
I think that's Nintendo's plan.
Yeah.
I honestly think it is too.
Weird how that works.
Ooh. Okay, bye.
This has been the Rumble Pak Podcast, episode 51.
Join us next time for a special year anniversary thing. Our 50th. We're counting it as our 50th episode because 2 of our episodes didn't have any sound on our end. So
That-
we're going to do something a little bit special for you guys.
50 plus 2 is 52.
Yeah, so we're going to do something special for you guys. Which I don't know if it'll be any good.
It would probably be unwatchable.
Probably be unwatchable.
We're gonna do it anyway, so join us next time. Thank you for watching this episode, and we look forward to seeing you again.